Evening everyone, welcome back to the channel. So tonight I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing an analysis of the Sam Fender song Spit of You. So it's not really a guitar lesson, but I wanted to get into the detail really of why this is such a great song. So you know the background of all this is Sam Fender's he's from my neck of the woods, from North Shields, which you probably already know. You know, I've bumped into him a couple of times. I've actually spoke to him once, which was embarrassing when I went out jogging. So, but that's another story. Yeah, so to be honest with you, I've never really been that much of a fan of his music. Just a generation thing, I suppose. It's his music's always passed us by. I've never been a big fan of that, you know, that regional accent voice. You know, I think it's sometimes a bit gimmicky. You know, I'm not sure why artists do that unless they're trying to just, you know, get some sort of an edge over other artists. I mean, you know, some of my favourite singers, you know, people like Freddie Mercury and, I don't know, from back in the day, Paul McCartney, Kate Bush, people like that, you know, they never sang in a regional accent and they did okay. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But you know, like the wife said, that's his choice and it's worked, you know, fantastically well for him, so all power to him. So yeah, well, I say I'm not a fan of Sam Fender's music until now, until I heard this song on the radio, on the Alexa, should I say. So I heard this song and it instantly grabbed us, and that did lead us to explore his music a bit more. And to be honest with you, I came to the same conclusion, but I still love this song. So in this video, I'm going to look into just basically why it's such a great song. It's a pretty simple song, but it's actually got quite a lot of hidden depth to it. So I'm just going to break it down really. So anybody that's, you know, starting off, anybody who's been inspired really by Sam, you know, have picked up the guitar and they want to get into songwriting, you know, which is a brilliant thing that he's done, you know, for the region and for the country. You know, he's got people interested in guitar music, and that's what this is. This is guitar music really we're talking about. Songwriting, songcrafting. So yeah, anyway, back to the song. Okay, so really it's a very, very simple song with a repeating pattern. So what I'll do is, first of all, I'll just go through the basic chords of the song, and I'll tell you why he sort of changed that up to just make it a little bit more interesting and really, you know, elevated the song to what it is. So really, well, first of all, what I'll say is he uses a capo on the second fret, which always adds a little bit of interest and changes the tonality of the song. Now, I don't know why. I don't know if he's used the capo just to fit in with his vocal range. And you know, Sam is an absolutely amazing vocalist, by the way. You know, that's beyond any shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I don't know if he's used the capo too to fit his voice, or he's actually used it to add a bit of interest to the chords. So that's the first thing. It's capo 2, not open, so it will sound a bit different. So the second thing is I'll take you through the basic chords of the song. So this starts off, so just imagine the capo isn't on, right? So it's a D shape, but it's actually E. And that's E minor, C, and then it's sort of B, and then back to the E minor, and then a C again, but this time it's added ninth. So that, you know, it probably doesn't really sound that interesting, you know, just those open chords. But of course, he doesn't play those open chords. what he's doing is, instead of playing the D, he's playing it up here. So that's adding a bit of interest already. The next shape, which is the E minor, you know, much more interesting than that. Same chord, but the next shape is a C, but the same shape as the first D. And then the next shape, now we are getting down to the sort of open chords. So that's a B. And you're literally just playing two strings and the rest are left open. And then the open A, same shape. And then a C with only two fingers. It's a sort of a C at a ninth. So that's the first reason why this song is interesting. You know, the inversions of the chords aren't just your bog standard, very basic open chords. And you know, you can tell that there's thought gone into that, because really you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, C to A. So there's only 4 chords in this song, you know, but it doesn't sound like there's only 4 chords in this song. And that's 4 chords repeated, looped all the way through, you know, including the choruses. And you don't get bored listening to this song. I've listened to this song over and over again. So anyway, that's the first, you know, we've got the capo and we've got some interesting chord inversions. Now, for me, the most interesting thing of this song is Sam's not just using those interesting inversions. He changes up the rhythm. So instead of just going, which is what a lot of people would normally do, and if you do that, you just get stuck in the usual songwriting rut of just coming up with the same melodies, the same old boring melodies that a million people have done before. Yeah, so you just fall into that trap. But what he's done is he's using a sort of a 3 and a 4 beat over the rhythm, if you see what I mean. I'll just demonstrate that. So it's 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes 3, 4, 3, 4. Now it doesn't always do that. There's a little variation. So I'll just play the first measure. So that's 2 3s there when it plays that A minor. So it goes 3, 4, 3, 3. Sorry. So that's a little variation, and that is the only variation. So, you know, you've got those 3 and those 4 bars, and then you've also got that little variation which just mixes up that A minor chord, which makes it even more interesting, you know. And I haven't even got onto the vocals yet. So, as you can probably tell, you know, taking a very basic chord sequence, you know, it's the sky is the limit. You know, that your imagination is the limit to what you can do with those 4 chords to make it interesting. And this is an absolutely perfect example of that. You know, songwriting craft. You know, this is brilliant, and really made us, you know, take note of the guy and his songs. So hats off. Yeah. So there's that as well. Yeah. Yeah, so that is the sort of the mechanics of the guitar, which drives the whole thing. you know. I mean, there's other bits and pieces, but really that lick, whatever, that riff, whatever you want to call it, makes the song. Yeah. So let's move on to the vocals. I mean, you know, I said it at the beginning, you know, I don't think anybody could argue that Sam Fender is an absolutely brilliant singer, you know, whether that's, you know, God-given talent or whether it's due to a lot of singing lessons. I don't care. You know, he can do it. You know, he can do it. And what he can do is, you know, he can move through the octaves, you know, to turn what would be, you know, quite a repetitive melody line into something, you know, just a little bit special. So I'll just give you an example of that. I'll try it anyway. Just going back to the other chords. And the other thing, of course, is, which I forgot to mention, is, you know, when you're doing that sort of rhythm, it's extremely hard to sing along like that, you know, without a lot of practice, which, you know, he's obviously done. So, you know, that's probably another way that he's come up with the melody, because he's had to probably work out how to sing along to this, because that is very hard to sing along to. So I'm not going to even attempt to sing along to it using that pattern, but I'll just stick to the basic chords. So what he does in the song, I mean, this is just really, you know, 2 verses, 2 choruses, and another chorus at the end. And, you know, the chorus, you know, starting with the chorus, it's a very memorable chorus. I mean, one of Sam's strengths, you know, is also his words. I mean, I talked before about, you know, the North Shields thing, and he sort of plays on his background and his roots type thing, which I guess for me is a little bit cheesy, a little bit gimmicky sometimes, but it worked. Like I say, it's worked for him. And he sings from the heart, really, about things that people identify with. So, you know, I think this song's about his dad, you know, his relationship with his father, and when his grandma died, you know, how he's seen his dad, you know, distraught, and, you know, that someday that's going to be him, you know, type thing. So the chorus, can talk to anyone, I can talk to anyone, I can talk to you. So that's just a very simple line, a very nice melody, and it says a very strong, personal, potent, I think, message that a lot of people can identify with. So, you know, I think he's absolutely nailed that melody. You know, he's nailed a lot of things in this song. You know, the guitar part, but the melody is very, very hummable. You know, it's a bit of an earworm, and you identify with the words straight away. I can talk to anyone, but I can't talk to you. You know, how many times have you been in that situation in your life? You know, people identify with his music, especially young people. So, you know, that's the chorus. In the verse, you know, he talks about, again, very sort of personal things to him. I think he wrote the album in the middle of lockdown, you know, which is one of the reasons why, you know, because he was basically by himself. You know, just, this was an introspective album. But yeah, so that's the chorus. But when it comes to the verse, it starts off sort of, you know, in a very low register, you know, so say I must spin you and I'm not wrong. Bury my head too. So, you know, that's very laid back, lower register. You know, it's well within his, you know, considerable vocal range. But what he does is, to change it up, he just takes it up a notch. You know, especially at the end of the second verse, which is, you know, a very, very emotional bit about his grandma dying, really. So it's like, what is it again? I can't even remember it. Just when I could tell, more than 4 storms to wear through. Never seen like that. It spun me out, hurt me right through. Here you go. And it was love and all its agony. Every bit of me hurting for you. So that's just up the ante a little bit, and then he really goes up again. 'Cause one day you'll be a hand that I'm kissing, and I'll still look exactly like you. And I cannot sing in a regional accent, I'm very sorry, but, you know, Sam Let, you know, he sticks in the old while or whatever to put the Geordie bit across, which I don't think he needs. But yeah, I mean, he's really got, I'm not going to shout because I'm in the house, but he really belts that out, you know, that the last part of the verse, which really nails the message. And also, you know, on the chorus, he just sort of goes up an octave as well. So it's, I can talk to anyone, I can talk to anyone, I can't talk to you. And I'm not even going to go there, but he goes up a notch as well on the last chorus. So yeah, like I say, you know, it's 4 chords. It's only 4 chords. But, you know, the song crafting that's gone into this, you know, the words, the melody, the way the vocals are delivered, the way the guitar is arranged, with the chord inversions, everything. You know, everything about this song, it comes together, and it spoke to me, you know, somebody that isn't a fan. So, you know, that's my thoughts on it. Check it out yourself. Like I say, if you're getting into, you know, if Sam has inspired you to get into songwriting, you know, learn from him, you know, learn from as many people as you can, pick things up, like, you know, like I've done there. I picked up a few things. I mean, to be honest, Sam's really put into practice, you know, what a lot of people don't get a chance to do. You know, not a lot of people has got his level of talent, you know, to pull it off. So, you know, he's put the whole package together with that song, and fair play to him. Anyway, I'm waffling. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope we've got something out of it. I hope I haven't been too negative about Sam. I think he's great, you know, and I think he's, you know, what he's done for the North Shields and the North East has been brilliant. So fair play. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.